morning, USA. I got a feeling that it's gonna be a wonderful day. I'm a Grumposaurus Rex. Bullock moved my desk to the bathroom. I'm so sick and tired of that job. I want to be my own boss. I want to make so much money that I can tell people they can kiss my firm white ass. That's the American dream. Today made me realize it's time for me to follow my true destiny.
Oh no, not this again.
Yes, Francine, this again. My holiday celebrations! A different handmade bear for every holiday.
To say, you're that skin color, you're a Mexican, you have nothing to offer, you're stupid, and you're gonna be in frickin' the lowest class of our casteless society, which quite frankly, isn't casteless because we have these stereotypes.
Unload those in the kitchen. Perishables in the fridge, dry goods in the pantry. Ms. LaBelle, are you thirsty? Esperanza, get Patty LaBelle a Calistoga!
Oftentimes, people think that they don't want to understand the English language, that that they've come over the border illegally, that they are lazy.
Mom, Roger stole my band!
Oh, that's awful. You must need a hug. Consuela!
Eres un buen niño. Todo está bien, mi hijo.
Dirty, poor.
They stereotype them as a lot of things, as lazy, as migrant workers, as people that cut lawns and do landscaping.
Do you have any relatives?
No, I'm an only child. I'm kidding! I'm Mexican!
Ah, the sweet sound of illegals working for pennies on the dollar.
That they are all illegal, that they take jobs from Americans.
You have a big future here, Paco. In 10 years, you could be making $5 an hour and be up to 7 pibs a day.
Siete señor Pibbs por día! Siete señor Pibbs?
Por día?
Sí, sí, por día!
Gardening,
Landscapers.
yeah, it's all in the gardening, picking vegetables,
House
yes, house cleaning, lawn maintenance, serving, cleaning up in kitchens.
I think we have this overwhelming idea that they clean our houses and do kind of the grungy, dirty work.
That they work in McDonald's or Wendy's or fast food places, that they are our maids, because we pay them like a really low amount of money to do things for us that normal Americans wouldn't do because they really need the money.
They are dirty. They are illegal. They come to the U.S. taking our jobs. They are illegales and they need to go back to Mexico.
a lot of illegal Mexicans are getting through, and that's not good. So I think we need to be stricter about it.
I feel that we should have stronger border control and that less illegal Mexicans should be coming into the United States, because I feel like that they are actually taking jobs from American citizens.
But yes, we do need to watch our borders so that too many people do not come in.
But I know I have people that I'm close with who are absolutely furious with border control, you know. They're wanting to enforce those laws in Arizona throughout the country.
It should be very strict, and I think it's too easy to cross the border these days.
In my opinion, I feel like they don't deserve to be here only because it's not their country.
They don't really care about our country and about learning about it. They're only caring about making money. So I don't think that they deserve to like be here and taking the money that we as American citizens could be using or making.
I don't know that they deserve to be here, but this country has actually enticed them to be here for the last 60 years. They were here when Bobby Kennedy was running for the presidency. If you look at the pictures of his assassination in the background, there were all Hispanic people serving the food in the restaurant, in the hotel that he was killed in. So they may not deserve to be here, but we courted them. We needed them to help us for the jobs when things were good that white people and Americans wouldn't do. And so they're here for a reason. They're here because we courted them to come here.
2 hours, 7 minutes. Not bad. And your resume looks good. 6 months as a receipt checker at Best Buy.
That was a super hard job.
I'm sure. You're hired. I'll pay you $4.50 an hour and all the Mr. Pibb you can drink.
No, that's not how it works, man. Minimum wage is $7 an hour. I'll also need health insurance, 2 weeks paid vacation, sick days, pension fund.
They gave you all that at Best Buy? I can't afford to do that. How'd you like to come work for me? I'll pay you $2 an hour and all the Mr. Pibb you can drink. Maximum 2 a day.
At Best Buy, we had a slushy machine.
Why don't you just marry Best Buy if you love it so much? I still can't believe it. Over 100,000 orders. Our dream is finally coming true. Why are they throwing tortilla chips in front of you?
Because it makes me feel like a princess.
Thanks for helping me sneak the Mexicans out, Steve. The INS has been watching this place all day. Okay, you got me. These people aren't legal. Let me just have them for tonight so my son can play with his band.
Here's what we do. After they finish singing, we sneak the Mexicans out and drive like hell to the warehouse.
We lock ourselves in until they finish the bears, then we turn them over to the INS.
Yes, I'm with you.
They get deported and we buy our way out of trouble because we'll be rich.
Plus, we're white. And I'm blonde. The best kind of white.
Paco and his family here used to sing this song back in Mexico while dreaming of coming to America.
West Virginia. My God, listen to them sing about America. They aren't parasites, they're people. Paco and his family feel lucky just to be in this country. All we do is take it for granted, and they're willing to work in my basement for soda that I watered down. It's not about having kiss-my-ass money. It's about being here in the greatest country in the world. That's the American dream, Francine.
Okay. But can I just have one to help me with the laundry? There's just so much laundry, Stan!
My father came like when I was like around 7 years. He came first, then my mother came, but she wouldn't pick us up and she came back, so she was risking herself. When I came here, I was like around 9, 10 years. I didn't know nothing about how she did it. She just went to talk to a guy. Everybody knows him. Everyone knows them. So there were kids in there. Like there was only one baby in it. Yeah. So my uncle, my mother, and my 2 other brothers came with me, and some other people that I don't even know them. We took water, juices for kids, food. Yeah. And all those guys don't grab everybody. Yeah, grabbers. They just want money and stuff like that. But we didn't give everything. Like we hide it. I don't know. I want to finish high school, but I couldn't because I don't know how you call it. The teacher in there kicked me out. I'm right now doing mechanic with my older brother. When I was in Mexico, the only thing I knew in English it was the numbers from 1 to 10. I got Spanish classes. Only 1 year they only gave me the rest they were all English, all English.
Por venir a los Estados Unidos para progresar, sacar mis hijos adelante. Es muy bonito acá. Yo en mi parte me gusta mucho trabajar. Sí. Yo llevo 11 años aquí trabajando con Karen. Es una buena persona y para sacar mis hijos adelante. Lo principal son mis hijos, apoyar a mis padres. Ellos están en México, mis 4 hijos los tengo acá. Y pues echarle ganas a trabajar para poderles ayudar en algo. Pues es un poco difícil en México porque no hay mucho trabajo. Y pues viene uno aquí a trabajar y en México no hay las posibilidades que tenemos acá. Pero también es muy bonito México. Hay más espacio. No, pues no, para mí no fue difícil. Yo salí el 17 de diciembre, llegué aquí el 22 y gracias a Dios yo no conozco migración. Yo pasé muy bien. Después volví a regresar al año, volví a regresar para ir a traer a mis hijos y volví a cruzar lo mismo y todo pasó bien, no hubo problemas. Para mí se me hizo muy bonito caminar en el desierto, ver muchas cosas, animales, muchas cosas que se ven y uno se pone a pensar qué es lo que puede suceder en el paso, en el camino. Tanto puede uno pasar bien como no puede uno pasar bien. Pero yo, gracias a Dios, no me niego en que no pasé bien, yo pasé muy bien. Y no conozco inmigración. Yo.
You know, the big helicopters around there, stuff like that. Some people, when they see them, they just hide anyway. In the bushes and anything like that. Like buying a house, almost no one can buy it, only legal people.
Yeah.
We can buy a house. Actually, right now, there's people saying that we could buy a house, like, if we got certain amount of money in the bank. Like that.
You can open a bank account, right? You can open a bank account. Yeah.
It depends. They ask you for passport, stuff like that. In New York, there's a place where you can take a passport. They're legal here. Well, I don't know how does it look like, but mine's got expired already. I could go over there and renew it again, but.
Personas que me trajeron acá y ya yo hablé con Karen, con Carrasco. Y ya ella me dio el trabajo y ya yo ya me quedé aquí.
I've been pulled over. It's a license from Mexico that when they get pulled over too, they just get that one and that's a license. They be telling us that they're working here, so I've been given school IDs, stuff like that. They just give us a ticket. Sometimes they take your car or sometimes they let you go. But they still give you a ticket. Some of them, not all of them.
Pues sí, porque como no tenemos papeles aquí, pues sí nos da un poco de miedo porque no tenemos licencia ni nada de eso. Ahorita lo que queremos es que a ver si nos pueden dar una licencia para poder registrar nuestros carros, tener menos miedo a la policía.
At the time that I started hiring illegals, there was like a change. You know, you put an ad in the newspaper, and the type of people that were applying for jobs were now Mexicans or Ecuadorians, you know, instead of the way it was before, where it was only like people from downtown New Haven, you know, would come, and people that, you know, had experience. And then all of a sudden, people start coming in and they're speaking Spanish. They don't speak English, but because I spoke Spanish, I would say to them, well, do you know how to press pins? And they would say, yes, I do. Let's put it this way. All the non-Latin people that work here say that the Latin people are my favorite. It's just, as you can see, we tend to have a relationship. We like have a connection.
Yeah.
And you can feel that they don't have that connection with my brother and sister because they don't speak the language. And there's something that you can say through a language that that you can't, it's hard to explain. A U.S. immigration agent, I guess, came because one of the workers that was working here was trying to get papers. He was trying to become legal. And he went to some lawyer in New York, and the lawyer ended up being a rip-off lawyer. And so this guy ended up paying this lawyer like thousands and thousands of dollars. And then I don't know what happened, but I guess the United States government found out about it, and so they came here looking for him. Just him.
Oh.
But of course, you know, they didn't know that. So that was the time when I remember that Norma, who was working in the back, like she went into that bathroom, you know, like just what you hear, like they just ran. And we, as employers, we had to let him go because we didn't want any problems, you know. And that was a hard thing to do because he was a very good worker and he was with us for a long, long time. He didn't really do anything wrong for me, no. But we had to let him go.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
because we didn't want any further problems. I guess if I think about it, I could get worried. But I guess what makes me feel better about this is that I am not the only one that's doing this.
Yeah.
Truly and truly. Everywhere you look, it's happening. So, and maybe that's why the government is finally realizing that. So I'm really not as worried about it as I was the day that the agent came in. Oh yes. Oh yes. Norma's son Kevin, I'll never forget this. Remember when Kevin worked here? And he was a perfect example of what is a Chicano, right? Because Kevin, his mother is Mexican, and he was born in the United States. And I remember he went up to the counter once, and this man, he went up to the counter, and this man actually said to him something about like, oh, are you an illegal? Or, you know, just being very rude to him. And I felt really bad for him. He knows that he's legal. He was born here, so he's a citizen. So he wasn't intimidated or anything, but after he left, I said, Kevin, that man wasn't very nice to you. He goes, no, he wasn't at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't. I have to deal with it.
So like they come to you and
yeah,
you go to
they
them.
can't deal with it. They can't.
They don't know any.
They don't know any, and they don't really want to either. With I think my brother and sister, it's easier for them to just call me up and say, Karen, you got to tell so and so to do this and do this and do this, and that's what they do. They call me up and say, tell Ava to do this, tell this one to do that. The worst one was Roxanne, and you heard Roxanne's in class, but she didn't go into detail. And I remember Roxanne. I remember something happened to her when she was, I think, in Guatemala. I think she was really close to being raped. And then I remember Roxanne telling me that they had to go into water. And Roxanne is a very small little girl. And she said that if they didn't hold on to her hands, that she would have probably drowned.
I think they're the same as any other culture in the world, and they just want the best for their kids and to provide for their family like everybody else does. They want to come to this country because they see that they could grow and they could make more money and they could contribute and they could help their family and expand and reach a higher level in society.
You know, they're here for a reason. They're here for why we came here in the 19th century, and, you know, people will yell and say that that's, you know, that's so stupid, that's, you know, that's not it. Granted, I feel like those people stand in ignorance because they probably haven't had such a hard life as these people have had, who like want to cross the border and who want better opportunity for their kids and who still idolize this American dream that maybe we have come to forget about, and to forget about that fantasy. And, you know, in their minds they're trying to turn that fantasy into reality. Yeah, I do think they deserve to be here because if you think about it, I mean, damn, like why would you give up the opportunity that maybe one of those citizens could be the next Einstein, and yet you don't want them to become a U.S. citizen? Well, don't you want to be proud of your country and where you came from, and don't you want all of those opportunities to come? And, you know, I think we need to have a more open mind that these people can do something for our country and can make something of it, and we have to work together instead of fighting against it.